Hello and welcome to this 60-minute yoga practice. This is a full body practice with asana and meditation intended to give you the studio experience whilst being at home. When you're ready, we'll begin in a seated position. Find a comfortable seat, and if you like, you could prop the hips up with something, maybe a block or a blanket. Then rest the hands on your knees or in your lap and close your eyes if it helps you to concentrate. And we'll start by taking the first few moments here to tune in with the body and the breath and focus on the present moment. Turn your attention inward and find a deep breath in and out. As you become more aware of your body, relax your shoulders. Soften the muscles in your face. And let go of the belly and anywhere else you may be holding tension. Lower your chin to your chest and start to circle the head, going a few times in each direction, moving slowly. Then bring the head back through neutral, flicker your eyes open. Interlace the fingers, clasp the hands together behind your back, and draw your hands down past your sacrum toward the hips. Roll the shoulders back, puff up your chest, and pause here. As you open the chest, you could lift the gaze to look up, opening the throat. Hold for one more breath in. Exhale out. Release hold of the hands. If you're sitting on anything, remove it. Then place the right hand by your side. Reach the left arm up and over as you bend to the right. If you feel that the left side of the buttocks are starting to lift, ground down through that side. So you start to feel a stretch all the way down the left side of your body. Then relax the right ear toward the right shoulder. Reach through the left arm, take a full breath in. Exhale out. And slowly lifting up, bending to the other side. Rest the left hand by your side. Reach the right arm up and over. Bending to the left. If you feel that the right side of the buttocks are lifting, ground down through that side. Continue reaching through the arm. Find a stretch along the side of the body. Pause and hold for a deep breath in. Exhale out. Then walk the hands forward. Come into a gentle fold. You can let the spine round, relax your chin to your chest. Just opening the back of the body. Pause and take a deep breath in. And exhale to sigh it out. Sit back up. Place the hands behind you and uncross the legs, setting the feet a little bit wider than hips width. Then knock the knees to the right and then the left, going a few times just to warm up the lower body. As you do this, you can twist the torso to each side, creating a little bit more of a dynamic movement. And you could also start to pick up the pace. Go once more to the right and the left. And come back through center. Bring the feet together, open the knees wide. Hands can hold onto the outsides of the feet and you'll butterfly the legs up and down. Pick up the pace to generate some more heat. Good. Then bring the legs together. Turn to face the short end of your mat if you aren't already. Cross the right foot over the top of the left knee. Then start to walk the hands in toward the back of your body so that you can lift your chest closer to your legs. And we find a kind of seated pigeon pose. Externally rotate the right thigh and pause here. Roll the shoulders back, puff up your chest. Hold for a deep breath in. Exhale out. Good. Release the right foot and we'll switch, crossing left ankle over the top of the right knee. Externally rotate the left thigh. And use your hands to lift your chest up, close to the legs. Rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest. Pause and breathe here. Release the left foot. Bring the legs together. Hands can come to the backs of the knees. And then slowly, with control, using your abdominals, roll down to lie down on the mat. Go as slow as you can, really controlling the movement. And when you come and lie down, keep the knees bent. Edge your feet close to the backs of the hips so that you can just about reach them with your fingertips. And we'll set up for bridge. So press through the heels, tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes, lift the hips. Keep the glutes engaged as we hold here. Option 2, roll the shoulders under the back and clasp the hands together underneath you so that you can press the hands into the floor and help lift the chest. Option 2, stay as you are in this more traditional bridge, or you could walk the feet a little bit further away from you and flex the feet so it's just the heels on the mat, and we start to focus more on the hamstrings in this variation. Continue to press the feet into the mat, lift the hips high, pause and hold. One more deep breath in here. Exhale and slowly roll down the back. Go slowly lowering the upper, middle, lower back down. Good. Extend the left leg, hug the right knee into your chest. Bring the thighs close to your belly as you can and breathe deeply here. Keep the leg where it is. Reach your arms overhead. Inhale here. As you exhale, crunch up, lift the upper back off the mat and reach the arms toward the right foot. Lift and hold, drawing the lower belly down, keeping the upper back rounding and lifting off the mat. Inhale as you roll back down. Good. Then switching the legs, hug the left knee into your chest. Extend the right leg down the mat. Pause and hold a few breaths here, bringing the left thigh close to your belly. Keep the leg where it is. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, crunch and round up. Reach the hands toward the left foot. You could even hold onto your foot, just lightly. As you pause and stay here, draw the lower belly down. Keep the upper back curling off the mat. Let the heat build for one more breath. And then release. Good work. Hug both knees in together. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale and curl up, finding this crunch position. Think of rounding the back, so you're lifting the upper back off the mat, reaching the hands towards the feet. Draw the thighs as close to the belly as you can, so you're bringing the body into this tight ball, and we'll hold. Take one more breath in. Exhale out, then rock and roll forward and back. Build some momentum to come up into boat pose. So you could always take a little breath, a little rest on the way if you need to, lower the feet and then come into position, lifting the legs. Hands could stay at the backs of the knees, or you could reach the arms either side of the legs. Option to extend the legs here. Then focus your gaze on one spot, deepen your breath. Inhale, cross the ankles. Exhale, draw the feet in toward you. Try to keep the feet lifted and then rock forward, plant your hands. You can press the hands into the mat to extend the legs back. And lower the knees for tabletop. Good. Spread the fingers wide, grip the mat with your fingertips, and we'll warm up the wrists by circling the body over the wrists, going a few times in each direction. Come back through center. Then turn the fingers to face the sides of the mat and rock from side to side, keeping a little bend in the elbows. Shifting weight into the left hand and the right. Turn the fingers to face forward. With an inhale, arch your back, gaze forward, cow pose. As you exhale, round your back and bring your chin to your chest for cat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale for cat. Continue moving in time with your breath. Opening the chest, rounding the back. Then arch your spine, stay in this back bend, reach the hands forward, and sink the chest down to come into puppy pose. You can make this more accessible by bending the arms and lowering the forearms. And you can rest either the forehead or the chin on the mat, whichever works best for you. Pause and deepen your breath. Slowly ripple forward, come and lie down on your belly and come to Sphinx pose. Bring the forearms to the mat, elbows under the shoulders. Press through the forearms and lift your chest. If the lower back feels sensitive here, internally rotate the thighs a little bit to help broaden the lower back. You can also press the pubic bone into the mat. Hold for one more deep breath in. Exhale out, push back to tabletop. Extend and lift the right leg. Then sweep the leg out to the right side. Try to keep the leg lifted as we sweep it as far forwards as possible. Tap the foot on the floor and then sweep the leg back, moving slowly with control. 4 more times, sweeping the leg forward as far as is accessible. Tap the foot to the mat and sweep back. 3 more times. On the last one, you'll sweep the foot forward and heel toe the foot between your hands to come into low lunge. Reach the arms up with an inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers, flip your palms, and draw your arms back, opening the chest. Just gently, without forcing it. We're still warming up the body. Pause for a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Shuffle the front foot forward and straighten your leg to set up for half split. Flex the foot, and as the leg straightens, there's always the option to keep a slight bend in the knee to make this more accessible. Option to keep the chest lifted, or you could fold forward, bringing your belly toward your thigh. Deepen your breath. If you folded forward, lift your chest. Then open out the back leg. Walk the left hand to the side so the left hand comes in line with the left knee and reach the right arm overhead. You can lower the right foot down as we find our modified side plank here. So you might be new to that way of entering it, don't worry. Find your pose. Take a deep breath in as you reach the right arm overhead. Exhale and push the floor away, lift up, coming into gate, resting the right hand on the right leg, reaching the left arm up and over, lengthening the left side of the body. Pause, take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Turn to face the front of the mat. Turn your body to face forward, and you'll sweep the right leg back to come into tabletop. Good. Then second side, extend and lift the left leg. Keeping the leg raised, sweep the leg to the left and come as far forward as you can. Tap the foot down and then go back with control. 4 more times. On the last one, you'll heel toe the foot between the hands, come into low lunge. Inhale as you reach the arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, draw the arms back to open the chest. And we'll pause here. Inhale in position. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Shuffle the front foot forward to straighten the leg. Then flex the foot for half split. You could always keep a slight bend in the knee here. Option to keep the chest raised, or you could fold forward. And deepen your breath as we pause here. Inhale to lift the chest. Open out the back leg to create a kickstand, and you can lower the left foot down. Walk the right hand out to the back of the mat so the right hand is in line with the right knee. Then reach the left arm up and over, bringing your bicep toward your ear, finding a modified side plank. Pause and hold here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out and lift up, coming into gate. Rest the left hand on the leg, reach the right arm up and over, lengthen the right side of the body. Pause and hold for a deep breath in. Exhale out. Turn to face the front of the mat and you'll sweep the left leg back into tabletop. Reset the hands and the knees, tuck the toes. Lift your hips, push back to downward dog, moving slowly into position. When you arrive in downward dog, pedal out the legs. And you could also walk out the hands, easing yourself into position. Then pause, find stillness, press through the hands and feet, take a full breath in. Exhale to sigh it out. Look forward and take baby steps to walk to the top of the mat, bending the knees to make this more accessible. Fold forward, option to keep a bend in the knees. Inhale as you round your spine, slowly roll up to stand, finding Tadasana. Relaxing the arms by your side, shoulders away from the ears. Turn the palms to face forward and gaze on one spot. Find a sense of grounding here as you press through the heels and lift up from the crown of your head. Shift the weight into the right foot. Hug the left knee into your chest. Go slowly as you find balance here. Bring the thigh as close to your chest as you can. Pause and hold. Inhale. As you exhale, bring hands to prayer and slowly step the foot back, coming into high lunge, taking a big step. Inhale, reach the arms up. Then the right hand will catch hold of the left wrist. As you exhale, use the right hand to pull the left arm over to the right side. So you're coming into a side body stretch, lengthening down the whole left side of the body. If this is challenging for the balance, lower the left knee down. Pause and hold. Keep reaching with the left arm, pulling with the right hand. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring hands to prayer. Left elbow will come to outside of right knee. You could always lower the back knee down if you're modifying here. Then roll the right shoulder back. Turn the gaze. Look to the right elbow. Inhale in position. Exhale, look down for balance. Step the back foot forward, coming into chair. Option to keep the heels grounded in a more traditional chair. Or you could lift the heels, come up onto the balls of your feet for a little bit more of a challenge for the balance. Go slowly as you figure it out. Continue to twist, roll the right shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale, release your twist. Lower the heels if they're lifted and fold forward. Reset the feet if you need. Inhale to round the spine and we'll roll up to stand, coming back to Tadasana. Taking a moment to reground and refocus. Then shifting the weight into the left foot, hug the right knee into your chest. Bring the thigh as close to your chest as you can. Pause and hold for a breath in. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Take a big step back with the right foot. Come into high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, the left hand will take a hold of the right wrist and guide the right arm over to the left as you come into a side body stretch. Option to lower the back knee down here if you're needing some more stability. Continue to pull with the left hand, reach with the right arm. Hold for one more breath in. As you exhale, twist to the left, bring hands to prayer. Right elbow can come to outside of left knee. Back knee could be down if you're needing some support. Roll the left shoulder back, turn the gaze to look to the left elbow. Inhale in position. Exhale, look down for balance. Step the back foot forward, coming into twisted chair. Either keeping the heels grounded or lifting the heels, coming up onto the balls of the feet. Go slow as you find your balance. Inhale, hold your pose. Exhale, release your twist, lower the heels if they're lifted, fold forward. And we'll take the next 5 breaths here in our forward folds. You have a few options. You could catch hold of the backs of the legs or take hold of the big toes if they're within reach to draw yourself in to a deeper fold. Relaxing the chin to the chest, deepening the breath. With your next inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Hold for a breath in, push the floor away. There's always the option to lower the knees. As you exhale, rock forward, lower down through chaturanga, coming all the way down to your belly. Keep the hands where they are, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Roll the shoulders back as you open the chest. Exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale to lift the right leg high and open out the hip, bending the knee. Pause here. Open out the right leg a little more, like you're pointing the knee to the sky. Inhale in position. Exhale as you sweep the leg forward, step the foot between the hands. You can always take a couple of steps to get there. Spin the back foot open, windmill the arms up for warrior 2. Focusing the gaze on the front middle finger. If you're arching your lower back, tuck your tailbone. So we imagine that we're bringing the body in one line, everything in one plane. Flip the front palm open. With an inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches up. Left hand can rest on the leg or wrap behind the back. Pause. Inhale here. Exhale, return to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, lower the right hand down. It could be to the leg or it could be to a block. Reach the left arm up, turn the chest open for Trikonasana. Again, keeping the body pressed in between 2 panes of glass here. Option 2, gaze up, look to the left fingertips. Inhale in position. Exhale as you lift up, keep the front leg straight. Wrap the left arm behind the back, reach the right arm up, reversing your triangle. Press through the feet, engage the legs. Inhale here. Exhale, rebend the front knee, plant the hands and step to plank. Hold for a breath in, push the floor away. Knees could always come down. Exhale, chaturanga. This time with your inhale, you could come through to cobra or upward facing dog. Rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest, extending the arms. Exhale back to down dog. With an inhale, lift the left leg high, open out the hip, bend the knee. And pause here. Lifting the left knee up to the sky to open the hip. Then with control, step the foot between the hands. You could always take a couple of steps together. Spin the back foot open, come up to find warrior two. Relax the shoulders. Engage the glutes, tuck the tailbone under if you're arching your lower back. Flip the front palm with an inhale, come to reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up, right hand rests on the leg or wraps behind the back. Keep reaching through the left arm as you take a deep breath in. Exhale out, return to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, left arm reaches forwards. Exhale, lower the hand down to the leg or a block. Reach the right arm up, turn the chest open. Gazing up to the right fingertips. Pause and breathe. Keep the legs extended. If the hips are pointing back, tuck your tailbone, squeeze the glutes. With your next breath in, lift up, keep the legs straight. And reverse your triangle. Left arm reaches up, right arm can wrap behind the back. Pause and hold for a breath in, lengthening all the way through the left side of the body. And as you exhale, rebend the front knee, plant the hands, step back to plank. Pause and hold for a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, finding cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Pause, hold for a breath in. As you exhale, you could step or jump to the top of the mat. Folding forward. Then with your inhale, slowly round the spine, roll up to stand. Separate the feet to create a wide foundation. Then shift the weight into the right foot. Lift the left knee. And you can start with the hands behind the knee to make this more accessible. Extend the leg. And you could either stay here. If you have a strap, loop it around the foot. Or if you can catch hold of the foot, that's also an option. Option to stay here, just finding your balance. Or with your exhale, you could fold forward, folding toward the leg. Maybe bringing your chin to your shin. Pausing here. Hold for a deep breath in. Exhale out. Then lower the left foot down. Pedal out the feet if you need to reset in between balancing postures. Then start by lifting the right leg. Bring the hands round the back of the knee and extend the leg. This could be option one. Option two, you could take a strap around the foot. Or option three, you could catch hold of the foot if it's within reach. Option two, stay as you are. Or with your exhale, fold forward. Bring your belly toward your thigh. Fold over your leg. Bring chin to shin. Deepen your breath. Inhale in position. Exhale and release. Lower the right foot down. Good work. Turn to face the side of the mat and step the feet wide. Then turn the toes out. Bend the knees and sink the hips down, coming into goddess. Option two, rest the hands on the thighs. Or you could cactus the arms and open the chest as you sink the hips down. Slowing down the breath. Letting the heat build. Pause and hold for one more breath in. As you exhale out, straighten the legs, bring the feet in parallel, relax the arms by your side. Hands could come to hip creases. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward. As you fold, you could bring the hands down to the mat or a set of blocks if you have them. Bring chin to chest, point the crown of the head down to the mat. And pause here. Walk the hands toward the front of the mat, turn the feet to face forwards, and step to plank. Inhale, hold your pose. Exhale and open out to side plank on your right. So stacking the weight on the right hand. Lift up through the right side of the waist. If you're needing to modify, the right knee could always be down. And continue to press the floor away as you lift the hips up. Option to slide the left foot forward, or you could bend the knee, lift the foot, and step the foot forward. Lower the left hand down to come to lizard lunge. Option to keep the back knee lifted here, or you could lower the knee down. And pause and hold. Send the hips down and forward. You're looking to feel a stretch down the front of the right thigh and along the front side of the hip, along the right side of the hip. Roll onto the outer edge of the left foot and open the leg out to the side as we externally rotate the thigh. Option to stay here, or you could reach the left arm back to catch hold of the foot. There's also the option to use a strap here to make this more accessible. Roll the left shoulder back, open the chest. Pause here. Release hold of the foot if you're there. Then edge the left foot to the right side of the mat. Coming into pigeon pose, you may need to bring the foot closer to you so that you can lower the leg down. And then instead of folding forward, use your fingertips to support you as you keep the chest lifted, rolling the shoulders back, puffing out the chest. Good. Plant the hands on the mat in front of you. Tuck the back toes to lift the knee. Create space. Then extend the front leg to the right side. Reach the right arm up. Turn the chest open, coming into fallen star. Lift the hips, lift the heart, hold for a breath in. As you exhale, turn to face forward, step to plank. Pause. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, moving slowly with control. Inhale to find your back bend of choice, pausing to take the time to open the chest. Exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, ripple forward, come into plank. And open out into side plank on the left side. So transfer the weight into the left hand. If you need to modify, lower the left knee down. Focus on lifting up through the left side of the waist. And we'll pause and hold here. Option to slide the right foot forward. Or you could bend the knee and step the foot forward to come into lizard. Lower the right hand down. Option to keep the back knee lifted, or you could lower that down too. And slow down your breath. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Open the leg out to the side as you externally rotate the thigh. This may be as far as you take it. If you'd like to take it further, reach the right hand back to catch hold of your foot. You could always use a strap here to make this more accessible. And roll the right shoulder back, open the chest, and we'll pause here. Slowly release hold of the foot if you're there. Turn to face forward and shuffle the right foot to the left side of the mat, coming into pigeon. You may need to bring the foot closer to you so that you can lower the knee down. And then instead of folding forwards, use your hands, maybe walk them back so they're a little bit closer to your hips so that you can puff up your chest and roll your shoulders back. And we'll pause here. Good. Bring the hands to the mat in front of you. Tuck the back toes to lift the knee and create space. Then extend the front leg to the left side. Reach the left arm up. Turn the chest and the hips open. Inhale as you push the floor away and find fallen star. Exhale and step to plank. Pause and hold for a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Come all the way down to your belly this time. Untucking the toes, relaxing the arms by your side. And steady your breath. When the breath is steady, we'll come into locust, lifting the legs, arms, and chest off the mat. If you feel that the hips are digging into the mat here, place a towel or a blanket underneath you. Then really focus on rolling the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. You should feel some engagement in the upper back. This will help you to lift the chest. And if you'd like, you could bend the knees and reach to catch holds of the ankles to come into bow, pressing the ankles into the hands to help draw you back and up. Pause and hold. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale to release. Lower down, turn your head to the right, rest the left cheek on the mat. And we'll let the body rest and recover a moment here. Turn the head to the left, rest the right cheek on the mat. And pause here. Turn the head to face forward and push back to a kneeling position. If you have sensitive knees, you may want to place a blanket underneath them. Then lift yourself up, bringing your hips in line with the knees, keeping the hips stacked over the knees throughout. Engage your glutes, keep the hips forward, and hands can come to the lower back. With an inhale, roll your shoulders back, expand your chest, lengthening the space between the hips and your collarbone. And as you exhale, start to bend backwards, going slowly, little by little. If it feels okay for your head and neck, you could tilt the head back, gaze up. Slow the breath as we pause in camel without forcing it. Prioritize your inhale and your exhale. And if it feels okay, you could bring hands to prayer at heart center. Pause and hold for one more breath in. Exhale out, slowly lift up. Head will come up last. Sit the hips on the heels, rest the hands on your knees, and close your eyes. Take the next few moments to observe the effects of our backbend practice and notice what's going on in your body. Flick your eyes open. Then come and lie down on your back. As you lie down, hug your knees into your chest and take a gentle rock side to side to massage the back. Just moving slowly if the spine is feeling a little sensitive. Then if you're feeling a little low on energy, you could come into happy baby, either opening the knees wide or reaching to catch hold of the feet. If there's a little more energy in the tank, you could come up into shoulder stand, maybe first rocking forward and back to build a little bit of momentum before you lift the legs up. You can use the hands at the back to support you. And maybe you extend the legs all the way up, or maybe you hinge from the hips and let the feet go overhead to come into plow. If you're in plow, you could extend the arms down the mat. Pause and hold here. If you're in shoulder stand, slowly come out, making your way down. If you're in happy baby, bring the legs together, lower the feet down to the mat. And you can edge your feet a little bit further apart and knock your knees together to find constructive rest. If you were just in shoulder stand, extend the legs. Bring the hands underneath your bum and edge your elbows under your back. Then arch your back, lift the chest, and tilt the head back to come into Matsyendrasana, our fish pose. Continuing to lift the chest, opening the throat. 5 deep breaths here. If you're in fish, slowly release. Lie flat on the mat. If you're in constructive rest, extend the legs and relax the arms by your side to come into Shavasana. Making any adjustments you need so that you can be comfortable here. And then we'll settle in for the next few minutes of stillness. Deepen your breath. Gently move the fingers and toes. With an inhale, reach your arms overhead. Find a full body stretch. As you exhale, hug your knees into your chest and roll onto your side. Taking your time here. And when you're ready, join me back in a seated position. Just keeping the eyes closed for now. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. You could always prop the hips up with something if that works better for you. And we'll settle in for a short meditation. So rest the hands in your lap. Align the head over the hips. And come back to a deep breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through the nose or mouth. Observing the breath as it comes in and the chest expands. Noticing how the body relaxes as you exhale. Stay with your inhale and your exhale. Noticing how with each exhale you can soften and let go. And as you breathe here, notice if there's anything coming up for you, maybe a thought, maybe something that is a distraction. And as best you can with each exhale, let it go. If it feels important, give yourself permission to come back to it at another time so that you can grant yourself this next minute or two of focus and peace. From this place of peace that you've cultivated, I invite you to set an intention for the rest of your day, your week, maybe even the rest of the year. This intention could be a word to focus on, or it could be something more meaningful, something that you would like to help guide you, to give you more direction. With your intention set, take the final moments of this practice to thank yourself for showing up, or putting in the work, and dedicating this time to yourself. We'll take one final deep breath in and an audible breath out. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. When you're ready, flick your eyes open. Thank you so much for your time and energy. It has been a pleasure to guide you through this practice. Take care, and I'll see you next time.